Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Somos Mas World Cup Edition. This is, of course, episode number 17 of our World Cup coverage. My name, of course, is Seth Bidoff. 17. We've done 17 episodes of World Cup coverage in a matter of weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. and we missed a few. But I mean, I'm here, Seth Bidoff. Jacob Terrell is with me this evening. I missed last night. I just completely lost track of time, had some other things going on, and apparently Earl tried to show up about 15 minutes after Jacob ended last night. So
like 30, like 9:40. I was done at like 9:15.
Yeah. So there's a reason we go live at 9:00, and so that folks can get home and do what they need to do, and we're working on getting Earl an alarm clock. So anyway. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you guys tuning into all of the World Cup coverage we've been bringing you. And the response has been great. You guys have been nailing the downloads, listening every single day. We do appreciate that from you guys. Jacob, great job again last night, as always. I got that episode up earlier today. We're 2 matches. That's all that's left.
A match and a half. I mean,
okay.
The third place matches, it happens, but it's kind of like if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody around to hear it, does it really happen? Like if a third place match happens and it doesn't get watched, does it really happen?
That is true. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some folks that'll tune in and watch. I'm going to try to tune in and watch as much as I can. Obviously, Croatia and Morocco. Moving on to that match should be entertaining, but we had talked about the last semifinal match.
We've seen it once already, so
yeah, we have seen them play each other already. I believe that was a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
So today, though, France and Morocco, the second of the 2 semifinals, and you look at the final stats, and you would think that Morocco might have had a chance on this one, but there's Earl.
Earl in the chat.
Earl, you should not be chatting and driving.
No.
So you would think that Morocco had a chance. They might have put themselves in a position to pick up a goal or two here, but France is France.
They did. I mean, they had a couple of nice saves by Lloris.
Yeah.
Goal line clearance by Conte.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? And then a few just misses. So I mean, Morocco actually, it was obviously the first time they lost, the first time they conceded, but they impressed me because we talked back after the quarterfinals, and I said this could get ugly if France scores first, and France scores in like the 5th minute, and I'm thinking, let's see what Morocco does. Maybe it ends up not being close. I mean, 2-0 isn't super close, but they had chance after chance there after they gave up that first France goal, and other than the 2 goals, France I don't think recorded a shot on target. So their defense held pretty good, and they just couldn't find the back of the net with France, ceding that possession and making Morocco attack differently than they have this whole tournament. Because, Morocco, I think they said, had been averaging 30% possession throughout the tournament. And so they'd been countering and scoring on breaks and kind of went in these transition periods. And they didn't have that today because France just said, here's the ball. We're going to counter you because we have Mbappe.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't expect this one to be this close. I didn't expect Morocco to come out and play as well as they did. I mean, especially, it's France. They've been one of the best clubs throughout the tournament. And over the past, 4-8 years, they've been one of the best clubs in the world. And so you look at the talent, you look at that back line from France, and it was kind of shocking to see the amount of opportunities that they gave up, the amount of chances that they allowed Morocco to get into that final third. And I was looking at the stats here. Morocco had 10, 20, 26, almost 45 final third. It was 45 final third entries, which is just astounding to me. I mean, they haven't done that at all this tournament. But yeah, it's almost like it's basically what you just said. I mean, France said here, like you said, France said, here's the ball. You're gonna have to prove to us that you can beat us. That you're gonna have to score against us.
Yeah. Well, and France's back line, I mean, it's been shaky all tournament. This was the first clean sheet that they'd had all tournament. And you think, well, maybe, just maybe, Morocco's going to find an equalizer here at some point, and they had their chances, and I wish they would have, or what I wish would have happened was that they would have kept it within one, because that last 15 minutes ended up being pretty boring, because even if Morocco scored, they were going to need to come back and do it again. But had that been a 1-goal game, with as good as Morocco was playing as far as chance creation, not finishing, but chance creation, anything could have happened there at the end if they'd have been able to keep that second goal from happening. But both goals, I mean, Mbappe, he doesn't get an assist or any counting stats, but he was huge in creating both of them just with his gravity and drawing players towards him. That second goal, he dribbles through like 6 guys and then fires a shot that gets deflected.
Yeah,
Because everybody was sucked to him, it left that back post wide open. And when you get a deflected ball, sometimes the ball bounces your way and sometimes it doesn't. And it definitely bounced France's way that time. And they were able to find the back of the net twice and kind of put it away.
And to be honest, on that goal there, yeah, I mean, Mbappe takes the ball there kind of near the top corner of the box and just dances around people. Yeah, he does take that shot. And to be fair, Kolo Muani wasn't like left all alone. Like there were 2 guys right there. I mean, it was sort of a bit of a lucky bounce. The ball went directly to him, and good on him to be able to have the composure to finish, because we see it time and time again where guys get that clear open look from within the box and just shank it sky at whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that second goal there for France, for me, getting that second goal at any point probably would have been the death knell for Morocco. But yeah, especially that there at that time when it was there in the 79th, I mean, that just spelled the end of it. Like you said, if less than 15, the chances of Morocco getting 2, slim to none.
Yeah, and I mean Morocco. I mean, all credits. I mean, this run, being, I had heard over and over again that they were the first African nation to be in the semis. What I had not realized until today was that they are only the 3rd non-UEFA or South American team, so non-European or South American team to make the final.
Mm-hmm.
Only the 3rd in the World Cup. It kind of blew my mind there. And I think the other 2 were U.S. in like 1930 and Korea in like 2002, South Korea in like 2002. And so just kind of blew my mind there. But they fought it out against in a group that on paper was pretty tough. I think in practice was a little easier than we thought, but they still beat Belgium. They still drew against Croatia. They still beat Canada to get out of the group. And then Spain, Portugal, and then put up a really good fight against France, dealing with some injuries. Their captain, I can't remember the name because this has been an eye-opening experience how terrible I am at pronouncing names at this World Cup. But their captain had to come out after like 20 minutes. Then they had another gentleman that was supposed to play, was scratched from the starting lineup right before kickoff. And so they just, they had a little bit of a rough time in this match with some luck and some injuries, but they still fought their butts off. And, all things equal, probably should have had a chance to at least tie it at some point in that match, and just didn't fall their way. And, they get Croatia in the 3rd place game, like we mentioned. And, I could see them. I could see them fighting for 3rd place. I could see Croatia kind of giving up, but we'll have to see. That's going to be a Saturday, I believe, at 8. Mountain time.
Yeah, Saturday, 8 a.m. So not quite as early as some of the other matches, but yeah, I mean it's going to be an interesting matchup to say the least. What could possibly be Luka Modric's last game in the World Cup against a talented Morocco side. I mean, both clubs are going to come off of short rest here to play on Saturday. For Morocco, they've only got 2 days to rest before they go at it again. So you talk about them dealing with injuries. Can they get enough treatment in time to get Seiss and some of those other guys back out there? Yeah. To make a run at that third place, which I think would be an astounding result if they did. So there's still going to be the storyline going into that. I mean, looking at these two clubs, I mean, obviously we mentioned they did play before in the group stage back on the first match day of their group, 0-0 draw. Who do you think comes out on this one? Do you think Morocco's got a chance to nab that third place?
Yeah, I think Morocco probably wants it more, and I think that third place game, you've already proven that you're a solid team and you belong there, and so I think a lot of the time at the third place match is just who cares about it more, and I think Morocco will. And they still got Hakimi and Ziyech over there; they're still healthy, and so I think they'll tough it out. They'll get a result there and finish there in third place. And Croatia, I mean, Luka Modric, I've loved watching him the last two World Cups, and sad to see him go. And maybe he'll want to end on a win. Because there's only two ways that you end a World Cup on a win. That's third place and first place. So
yeah,
maybe that's what he goes for. We'll just have to see. But I think my money would be on Morocco.
Yeah, I think I lean towards Morocco in this one as well. You look at how they played the first time out. Obviously, Morocco sat back, gave up possession. The two sides combined for 14 shots and only 4 on target. So, they're not necessarily picky about their opportunities, but you don't see a lot of opportunities necessarily from these two clubs. And so, I think that the Croatia result was 4-1. Was their big win. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see something like that. It's going to be defensive. You're going to see these two clubs come out, and obviously both. I mean, this is for Morocco to win, it would be a huge result for AFCON. And then you talk about them being only the third club outside of UEFA and CONMEBOL to make the semifinals. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. I think Morocco's got enough to potentially pull out this win on Saturday.
Yeah, same here. But that's not the big story. I mean,
no.
We've got France advancing, Mbappe versus Messi
in his final World Cup game.
In his final World Cup for looking for that elusive World Cup title. And then in his way, the young up-and-comer and the defending champs. I mean, it on paper, I think you look at when the 16 came out, when we found out who advanced through the group stage, looking at it, it was okay, France and who? Either Argentina or Brazil. Either one of those would have been, the big name things. And honestly, like looking back, I was excited when Croatia upset Brazil, but then watching yesterday's final or semifinal, I kind of was sitting there going, man, I kind of wish this was Brazil. I think it had just been a more entertaining game, which is kind of why I was rooting for France. Not rooting for, but I wanted Morocco to win, but I wanted the France-Argentina matchup. It was a weird dynamic, but at the end of the day, we get, probably the best storyline final that we could have had after the group stage was determined. And man, is it going to be? It'd probably be 0-0 is what I'm expecting because everybody is expecting fireworks. But no, I think I've got to look at it as. I mean, it's going to be could be a high scoring game. It's going to be entertaining no matter what. Two really good teams. Obviously, they've made it all the way to the final. They've proved that they're good teams. We've come a long way from Saudi Arabia to Argentina. Nothing, though. I tell you that much.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, a lot of storylines going in Saturday. Messi retiring. He's already announced it. This will be his final World Cup. Talk about the Golden Boy, Kylian Mbappe. You've got 4 guys within reach of the Golden Boot, all 4 of which are playing in this match on Sunday. Messi and Mbappe both sitting on 5 goals. Giroud and Alvarez both with 4. You've got, and this is something I want to get to. I want to ask you about this. A large part of Argentina's success has been kicks from the mark. A lot of penalty calls for Argentina here, so in this World Cup, and there's some belief that FIFA has been trying to set this up.
I don't think you can nitpick any of the penalties that have been given to Argentina. I just they've all been close enough that like the one in the semifinal clearly was a penalty by the definition. I think it's crap personally because I think there was no way he was getting that touch and getting around the keeper and getting back to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he got the touch. Keeper didn't touch the ball. Made contact in the box. It's a penalty. Whatever. So no, I don't think it was. I mean, I think if it was set up, they'd have beat Saudi Arabia. Personally, I don't think there would have been any scare there. But no, I don't. I wouldn't put it past FIFA to do shit like that. But I don't think that's the case in this particular moment. They did have an easier road. But I think if it was going to be like that, Netherlands wouldn't have been able to come back and tie it. So no, I think it's fine. I do really think though that the Golden Boot should not count penalties.
Yeah. I mean that's an interesting statement there. Because then if you go back and look at New Mexico United's inaugural season, Kevon Frater wouldn't have even been in the discussion for Golden Boot. So
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
He didn't win it.
Yeah, that is true.
Or if there's a tiebreaker, or if there's a tie, say neither Mbappe or Messi score in this next match, and they're both tied. I know the second tiebreaker is assists, or the first tiebreaker, I guess, is assists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that should be the case. I think it should be how many goals not from the spot did you have, and if it's tied and Mbappe has 5 regular goals and Messi has 3 from the spot and 2 open play goals, or free kick goals, then I think it should go to Mbappe. But that's just me.
Hey, I mean, we'll see what we can do about getting you on the FIFA board of directors.
Yeah,
see if we make some changes.
It works.
At least we know then we'll have at least one person on the board that is not willing to accept bribes.
Well,
I mean, FIFA did accept bribes to put the World Cup in Qatar. Apparently, they're accepting.
Allegedly,
no, it's been proven, and Sepp Blatter admitted it.
Yeah, true.
So, and apparently, they're accepting bribes to get Messi into the final. So,
that would be the refs, not FIFA. Or that'd be FIFA handing out bribes to the refs. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, this is shaping up to be a really, I'm hoping, an exciting game. You've got both sides are experienced. They've been here before. They've been in this sort of position. So you don't expect to see those types of nerves from these guys. So I would expect them to both come out, full bore on Sunday morning, trying to get that opener and put the pressure on.
Argentina might be nervous. Not so much that they're in a final, but the pressure of trying to win it for Messi in his last chance could make them a little shaky to start. We'll have to see. Or if they get like a 1-goal lead, we've seen them give up leads twice now, or almost twice in against Australia and then against the Netherlands. So, and this France team is not the Netherlands or Australia. So, if they get the lead and then get shaky, I expect France to capitalize. I think there's no way that it doesn't go back and forth at least once.
Yeah, really, it can go anyway. Looking at these two squads on paper, I feel like France is the more talented. I think they've got a little bit more experience at this point compared to Argentina. But of course, you've got some older guys on Argentina who've been around. So I think both sides have a calming presence. You've got guys like Giroud and Lloris and Messi, and you got other guys on both sides that are there that can help settle those nerves and put things into perspective. And even if someone does go a goal down, you've got both sides have the ability to respond. I mean, Argentina likes to play direct, and that's part of what's led to the penalties that they've gotten. And they put the ball into the area, and when you do that and you're successful at, you're going to get opportunities at goal. You're going to get those calls. You're going to get shots.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, this match could go either way, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna take France, but I wouldn't be surprised if Argentina pull it out.
So, did you have France in your original bracket? I can't remember.
I did.
Okay.
At the beginning of the tournament, I had France.
All right. Yeah. France, of course, I had France going all the way, and they were my champions as well. Of course, I had Brazil coming out of the other side, but then I had Argentina going to the third place match, but so I mean, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Sunday, 8 a.m. Who gets the golden boot, if anybody?
I still think it's Mbappe.
Mbappe. Okay.
Yeah. I think if France is going to win, he's going to score at least once. And I believe, I'd have to look, but I believe he's leading in assists at the moment, anyways. So even if they finish tied at 5 or 6 goals, I think he would still get it.
Let's go take a look. We can, because they did have that on the homepage at FIFA.com. They did. Looks like they might have changed the landing page here. So,
Who do you got?
I've got Mbappe winning it as well. If like you said, if France is gonna win this one, they're gonna need I see at least one goal from Mbappe. It potentially gonna need a second one. I think Giroud gets in there, maybe another from Mbappe, but you need your top guys to step up in these moments. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Messi leads a tiebreaker with 3 assists to Mbappe's 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around. I'll still take Mbappe.
Yeah, I think so too. He just needs the one goal, and obviously Messi not get one. But do you have a score line, or are you just gonna leave it at France?
I think it's gonna be like a 3-2 match. I think
3-2,
pretty crazy, and I would say 3-2 after extra time.
Okay, that would be interesting. I don't think it's a shutout by any means. I could see 2-1, 3-1, but I think a 2-goal lead is just like pushing it for either side. I would say 2-1 France.
The only way it gets to be a 2-goal match, 2-goal deficit for anybody is if it's a 1-goal deficit late and they get countered because they're pushing, and I could see France being able to do that to Argentina. I don't know if I see Argentina being able to do it to France as easily. They just don't have the speed. I mean, Mbappe greater than anybody else on the counter. So I could see France countering for a second goal or to tack on to their lead more than I can see Argentina.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. There's our predictions. Man, it's been a fantastic tournament. 2 more matches left to watch. So we'll more than likely be back Sunday night.
Sunday night for sure.
Yeah.
We might. I might see if you want to hop on for the third place match. If we both actually watch it that day or not. I should. I'm going to be at work, so I'll probably have it on at least. I might not be able to pay too much attention to it all the time, but I'll probably have it on at least. And then yeah. So for sure, Sunday night, 9:00, we'll be here. It'll probably be a short one that night just to wrap up the final and then maybe the third place match if we didn't already talk about it. And then I think I'd like to do just a World Cup recap. A few days later. Favorite goal, favorite moment. stuff like that. Probably not more than an hour.
Okay.
Maybe we can get Earl on for that one if we can, drag his ass home before midnight.
Well, at the very least, and I don't know if Earl has told you, Earl will be on Tuesday.
Are we doing one Tuesday?
We have a United, well, a regular program
Oh,
on
yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah. Did Earl tell you?
I forget that we're doing Tuesday nights.
Well, I don't know. Earl set up something for Tuesday night. So
Set something up for
Earl set up a special guest for us on Tuesday.
about this, and I didn't. We're in the same group chat.
He called me. Yeah, he called me and told me. So I may as well go and announce it. Tuesday night, we will be joined live by Andres Trujillo, owner, operator of New Mexico Runners, ahead of their upcoming season. So we're going to talk to him, talk some roster stuff, talk about the club, and look ahead to the Runners season.
And I'm assuming we'll talk a little bit United news.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
Earl says, I didn't answer my phone.
That's what he says.
Okay, Earl.
So yeah, we will have the Mexico Runners on Tuesday. We will have some United news. So yeah, back to his regular programming right before the holidays, and so maybe we can do like Wednesday night or something. Do like
a Wednesday night sounds good for the World Cup recap.
Yeah,
and I'll probably think of some questions and like favorite moments and stuff. Send them to you guys so you guys can research and remember, and not have to force Earl to try to come up with something off the top of his head.
Coach Steve comes in. There you go. Heard it from Earl. Very nice. It'd be good to have them back on the show. Both of them great guests and big supporters. So, all right, Jacob, you want to close this out?
Yeah, sweet. So Sunday, 9:00, World Cup final and possibly third place recap, and then Tuesday, New Mexico Runners owner and operator Andres Trujillo, and some United news. So be on the lookout for that. And until Sunday night, guys, maybe Saturday night, somos amigos.